This is project number 10. We're going to be creating a color wheel in Photoshop. Up to this point we've been doing everything using the subtractive system, where all of the stuff is done with pigments, acrylic paint, colored pencils, watercolor pencils, color chips, and the like. At this point we're going to switch over to the additive system, where we're going to be working with the colors that are rear illuminated using our computer screens. So the first thing I want you to do is open Photoshop, and I want you to create a new document in Photoshop. I want you to set the canvas to 6 by 6 inches with a resolution of 150 dpi, and I want you to make sure that it's in RGB color. When it opens, it'll look something like this. And if you open the rulers palette, you can use the rulers to establish rule lines at both the 3-inch and location, both top to bottom and left to right. I want you to establish 2 rule lines just like this. Now, using the circular marquee tool, which you see highlighted here by the red arrow, I want you to drag open a circle that is centered over the 2 center marks. Move it with your arrow keys to adjust. Now open your gradient tool. It's located underneath the paint bucket, which is highlighted here. And choose the spectrum gradient and drag open a gradient from the center to the top of the circle, just like I'm showing here with the arrows. You should get something that looks like this. The marching ants should still be moving, and don't deselect them yet. Leave them going. And keep the circular marquee established. Now I want you to open a new layer, and using the paint bucket tool, I want you to, and the paint bucket tool is underneath the gradient tool, which is highlighted here. I want you to choose white in the color picker and fill the center of the circle. So now you're going to have something that looks like this. So you just created a spectrum, and then now you've covered it up with a white circle, but the white circle is in another layer. Since the center is on a different layer, you can adjust using the Edit Transform Layer command. And grabbing the handles of the adjustment layer and holding Shift, you should be able to drag the circle down to begin to expose the color wheel. Center the disc by aligning it with the 2 rule lines that you established at the beginning. And when you get it where you think it looks good, let it apply. We're nearly done now. Our color wheel is backwards, but we've got with the blue and the purple on the right. What I want you to do is to unlock the bottom layer by double-clicking it. And when the layer is unlocked, use the Edit Transform Flip Horizontal command, and now your color wheel should be complete, and it should look something like this. We're now going to take this color wheel, and we're going to figure out how to establish the positions of the Munsell color wheel next. That's going to be project number 11. So we'll get on to that one here in just a second.